The celebrity, the anti-hero, the killer. A serial killer is a person who has killed 3 or more people with a cooling off period or a period of time in between kills that they wouldn't kill anyone. Although serial killers were rare and only made up less than 1% of all murders, the media still did a lot of coverage about serial killers through news articles, books, and movies. The media started out as people a long time ago with urban legends, but to this day, the industry for serial killers has expanded. But the views on them between then and now is slightly different in the media's perspective. In the 1960s through 1990s, all over America, the media helped serial killers create a legacy by portraying them as celebrities and anti-heroes. The media started with urban legends such as the Hook or the Hook Man. The Hook is about how a girlfriend and boyfriend drive to Lover's Lane and are in the car kissing when the radio station says that a maniac just escaped the prison nearby and has a hook where his right hand is supposed to be. They leave when they hear a noise, but when the boyfriend goes to open the door for her when they are home, he finds a bloody hook hanging on the door. Parents made the serial killer an anti-hero to keep their kids from going to Lover's Lane and having sex and making out. There are multiple versions of the Hook and movies based on the Hook. Urban legends were only the beginning for the media. It only started with urban legends. The media turned from urban legends and went to movies. Movies about serial killers came out and everyone enjoyed them or was terrified but loved the thrill of it. The movie, Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, in 1986 was released in 1990 because according to Cinema Journal written by Peter Bates, Bates states that the MPAA gave an X rating assuming the film had excess violence. The movie was loosely based on Henry Lee Lucas. Henry Lee Lucas was a notorious serial killer who had claimed to kill more than 300 people, and in an interview on Confessions of a Serial Killer in 1993, he claims being a serial killer is like being a celebrity.
It's like being a movie star. You're just playing the part, you know? You don't think of it, you just play it. Make out that you're the worst serial killer in the history of the United States. And that's what I did.
The media added fire to their ego, and like Lucas said, all he had to do was play the role. In a review written by Karen James in 1990 about the movie Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, James says it was intelligent, revolting, artistically made, an entirely empty look at a murder, comes close to a cinema of pure technique. It is profoundly disturbing. She later uses the words such as horrifying and graphic to describe the movie. Misconceptions. On the FBI site, there is a list of misconceptions about serial killers, and if you think about it, there wouldn't need to be a list if these misconceptions weren't put into people's heads by the media. The celebrity. Entertainment media is a big impact of the image of the serial killer in movies such as Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. They portray Henry as an anti-hero while making him a celebrity because now people know about him. In Natural-Born Celebrities, Serial Killers in American Culture, Schmid writes that filmmakers have been making serial killer movies since 1926 and that the thing filmmakers have control over is the amount of violence. And according to him, violence sells. Filmmakers portray them as anti-heroes and celebrities to make money and gain profit. John Wayne Gacy was a serial killer who murdered 33 men and boys. In 1981, at the Chicago Fest, Steve Dale performed his parody of the song Another Brick in the Wall, but called it Another Kid in the Crawl.
This is a song they won't let us do on the radio right now on the work because they don't understand it. But we don't think it's funny that 33 young men and boys are buried in John Gacy's basement. John Gacy's basement, but somebody's got to talk about it, right? It's called Another Kid in the Crawl. He was afraid of male castration. If that his father played a role, a perfect clown who did construction. He liked to dig just like a mole. kid in the crowd. We don't need no explanation. Just leave us in this basement hall. It's too late for resuscitation. In a million years we'll turn the call. Hey, Jason, leave us kids alone. I don't know, this is another kid in the crawl, right? Right? Oh no, that's just another kid in the crawl.
Another Kid in the Crawl was written out of the people's hate for Gacy. The song was just the way they reacted. Gacy was a carpenter in Des Plaines, Illinois, and on occasion would dress up as a clown and go to kids' parties, and that is why the media referred to him as a killer clown. But the name the Killer Clown doesn't make sense because him being a clown and him murdering people never happened at the same time. The media created a legacy for him by referring to him as a killer clown because who can forget about a clown who killed people? David Berkowitz, or the Son of Sam, used the media by writing letters and leaving them by the bodies he also got in the newspaper. The media created a legacy for him by making the letters public and putting him in the newspaper. In one of his letters, he refers to himself as the Son of Sam. The media scooped down to his level and called him the Son of Sam. He was just getting what he wanted. He created a name for himself that he is forever known by, and the media just helped him get that name across. The Zodiac Killer also left letters for the police, but these weren't regular letters. They were coded messages that the Zodiac used to play with the police. Some letters claimed that if they could crack the code, that they would know his name. Some codes had the names of the victims. These codes were put in the media to get help to crack them, but they never caught the Zodiac. All they have are a couple sketches of him and the codes. Zodiac, in one of his letters, asked for the people to wear the Zodiac symbol buttons. He was taking advantage of the media, and the media just submitted. This is a video of Dr. Dietz talking about what the media should not do so there could be less
Why not
murders.
ask a forensic psychiatrist?
We've had 20 years of mass murders, throughout which I have repeatedly told CNN and our other media, if you don't want to propagate more mass murders, don't start the story with sirens blaring.
The school day had only just begun when the attacker struck.
Don't have photographs of the killer.
The 17-year-old's 3-hour rampage ended in his own death.
Don't make this 24/7 coverage.
The German Chancellor is about to give her reaction. We'll bring that to you live.
Do everything you can not to make the body count the lead story,
Carnage in the classroom, 16 people are dead.
not to make the killer some kind of anti-hero.
Dressed in black combat gear, the gunman opened fire at random.
Do localize this story to the affected community and make it as boring as possible in every other market. Because every time we have intense saturation coverage of a mass murder, we expect to see one or two more within a week.
If the media stopped adding fuel to the fire, there would be a lot less killings and less people taking advantage of the media to kill. The media needs to stop portraying them as celebrities and anti-heroes as they did in 1960s to 1990s. Thanks for watching.
You can make it better down here. I don't mean a big reduction in the price of beer, but all the people that you made in your image, see them starving on their feet, 'cause they don't get enough.